Recess was always the best part of school. Not a controversial opinion, I know, but we all needed it as a break from learning a bunch of nonsense and then testing our memory skills. It's why high schoolers and adults are so stressed out they took away our break. Growing up, half the class went to go play soccer, and the rest of the school, we played this game that I found out a lot of people call British Bulldog because British people are childish and whimsical like that. But here in Cheeseburger Land, we called it Smear to Queer, which is way worse. It's a game where we point out a completely helpless, just innocent kid and yell, "Queer!" And then we chase him like he owes us money and try to kill him. Of course, there's other stuff like slides. I'm not old enough to have like the cheese grater metal slide that burn your ass. We had the really stiff plastic ones that were hard to get down while getting a wedgie. On especially the tube ones, you go down there and there's so much kinetic energy and static going by, you feel like the Flash. For some reason, kids just kind of like clogging them up and laying in there. I don't know why. Teachers hated that, so they eventually got a teacher to stand out there like the dude at the pool saying, "Go," making sure there's a kid out of it. My favorite was always the swing set. I'm not old enough to have like rope swings, but I'm young enough that the plastic chains weren't really a thing. We had the old metal ones that just had the rust rub off on your fingers. Sometimes there was other people around, but I kind of just like sitting in the swing, just not even moving. Just something about it was kind of relaxing to me, just sitting there with my own thoughts. Everyone always had their specific swing. That's my swing, and if someone sits in there, you probably get into a fight, or you push the swing so it's wrapped around the metal bar to all the people you don't like. Sometimes, very rarely, someone will help push you just as an excuse so they can slap you in the back so hard it feels like they're going to rip out your spine. But almost all the time, everyone was just kind of swinging by themselves, like with their legs outstretched and then curled up into a hook on the way back so they can catch air. There's always a competition to see how high you can get in the air, and sometimes I even remember the swing set even moved because it's just heavy people swinging. When it was time to go back inside, you just had to kind of wait it out that your momentum was done. But we only get a few minutes before we're ready to go back inside, so everyone just stuck their legs out like landing gear and smacked them against the ground, completely fucking up their legs. And of course, everyone started eventually trying to do a superhero landing, and most of the time they just fall flat on their face, right into all the wood chips they kept around for some reason. There's a fire hydrant right next to the swing set in middle school that everyone was always kind of concerned that they're going to hit one day. I remember one time one of my friends tried jumping off, but then his foot got stuck on the seat and he went for a bit of a trip with his face meeting the wood chips. Of course, we all tried different tricks that the teachers absolutely hated, like two people swinging at once, or we tried swinging sideways like those things on office tables, or we tried swinging and like kicking our friend to the side. We did this one thing where two people would lay down with their legs up to each other's armpits, and sometimes they have another person swinging on each other's legs, but sometimes they just had the two people swinging. Girls always called it a baby carrier, but guys always called it underdog because we all loved that live-action movie with Jason Lee and Peter Dinklage that had nothing to do with the swinging move. So yeah, Recess was cool, especially the Disney show. Like, share, and subscribe for more.